Have you ever wondered what the bloodiest day in history actually was? War and conflict have been a part of human history for thousands of years, with empires rising and falling, armies clashing, and innocent civilians caught in the crossfire. From ancient battles to modern-day warfare, the toll of human suffering and loss has been immense, leaving deep scars that can still be felt today. The road to the bloodiest day in history was paved with a series of complex and interconnected events that involved some of the most powerful nations of the time. In the early 20th century, tensions were running high in Europe, with the great powers of Germany, France, Britain, and Russia engaged in a delicate game of diplomacy and military posturing. The assassination of Archduke Franz Ferdinand in 1914 sparked a chain reaction of events that would eventually lead to the outbreak of World War I. As the war raged on, new technologies and tactics were introduced, making it more brutal and destructive than anything that had come before. The bloodiest day in history is widely considered to be July 1, 1916, the first day of the Battle of the Somme. On this day, the British Army launched a massive assault on the German lines, hoping to break through and bring an end to the war. The battle began at 7:30 a.m., with a massive artillery barrage that pounded the German lines for hours. The British infantry then advanced, wave after wave of soldiers emerging from their trenches and making their way across no man's land. The Germans, however, were ready and waiting, and they cut down the British soldiers with merciless efficiency. The casualties on that day were staggering, with the British suffering over 57,000 casualties, including more than 19,000 dead. The battle was a disaster for the British, and it marked a turning point in the war. The British Army never fully recovered from the losses it suffered on that day, and the war would eventually drag on for another 2 years, resulting in millions more deaths and injuries. The Battle of the Somme serves as a sobering reminder of the horrors of war and the importance of working towards peace and reconciliation. The sheer scale of the losses on that day is a powerful testament to the devastating consequences of conflict, and it serves as a reminder of the need for nations to work together to prevent such tragedies from occurring in the future.